something big might be happening with Witcher 3 in 2026. And no, I'm not talking about another patch or some minor updates. We're looking at potential new story content, a full expansion that could give us another 10 to 15 hours in the world of Geralt and Ciri. But before you lose your mind with hype, we need to separate what's confirmed from what's still rumor. First thing first, let's kill a rumor that's been spreading everywhere. Witcher 4 is not releasing in 2026. CDPR confirmed this during their Q3 2025 earnings call. We're looking at 2027 at the absolute earliest, probably later. So, if you've been holding out for next-gen Witcher action in 2026, this rumored DLC might be your only option. And honestly, that's not a bad consolation prize if it's real. Now, here's what we're actually dealing with. Multiple Polish gaming insiders, sources that have been accurate with CDPR leaks in the past, are reporting that a significant story expansion for Witcher 3 is in development. This isn't official. CDPR hasn't announced anything, but there's enough credible information floating around that it's worth examining seriously. The studio allegedly working on this project is Fool's Theory. That name should ring a bell because they're the team handling the Witcher 1 remake. CDPR didn't just pick them randomly. Several Fool's Theory developers actually worked at CD Projekt Red on the original Witcher games. They know this universe inside and out. Why does this matter? Because CDPR doesn't hand over their flagship franchise to just anyone. When they announced Fool's Theory was remaking The Witcher 1, they specifically praised the studio's understanding of the source material and their technical capabilities. If these same people are building new content for Witcher 3, we're not talking about some cheap cash grab. This would be a proper expansion. The timing makes sense too. Fool's Theory has been working on The Witcher 1 remake for a while now. That project's probably deep enough in development that they could allocate a team to DLC work without compromising the remake. Studios this size often juggle multiple projects, especially when they're working within the same IP and engine framework. Let's talk about the actual evidence supporting these rumors. Back in September, CDPR officially announced they're delaying console mod support for Witcher 3 to 2026. That's a confirmed fact. Why push mod tools back if you're done supporting the game? They're clearly planning something that requires those tools to work properly with future content. Financial documents from CDPR's parent company showed increased budget allocation for what they called legacy title support in their 2025-2026 projections. We're talking 15 to 20% more resources dedicated to older games compared to previous years. That's not maintenance money. You don't increase budgets that significantly just to fix bugs. Then there's CDPR's own statements. During multiple earnings calls throughout 2025, executives kept mentioning exciting plans for the Witcher franchise beyond Witcher 4. That's deliberate language. They're setting expectations for content that isn't the next mainline game. A major DLC for Witcher 3 fits that description perfectly. The game's still massively popular too. Steam charts consistently show 20,000 to 30,000 concurrent players for a game that launched in 2015. That's an active, engaged audience. From a business perspective, creating new content for that audience makes total sense. You've got millions of people who already own the game and would happily pay for a media expansion. So what would this DLC actually be? The most consistent reports suggest a 10 to 15-hour story expansion. That puts it somewhere between Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine in terms of length. Not a quick side quest pack, a substantial narrative experience. Multiple sources claim it's designed as a bridge between Witcher 3 and Witcher 4. Think about the strategic value there. Witcher 4 probably won't hit until 2028 or later. That's a massive gap. Releasing a story expansion in 2026 keeps the franchise active, maintains fan engagement, and potentially sets up plot threads for the next game. There's heavy speculation that Ciri could be the focus. Makes sense when you consider where Blood and Wine left things. Depending on your ending choices, Ciri's story has multiple open threads. We know Witcher 4 is moving away from Geralt as the protagonist. A Ciri-focused expansion would be the perfect transition for players to accept that change. Some leaks mention Ophir as a potential setting, that exotic region we barely explored in Hearts of Stone. Others suggest the Northern Kingdoms during post-war reconstruction. Either location gives CDPR room to tell new stories without contradicting established lore. They could explore parts of the world we've only heard about in books and dialogue. The scope also matters from a development perspective. Creating a 10 to 15-hour expansion is way more manageable than building a full game. Fool's Theory could reuse existing assets, leverage the updated next-gen engine from the 2022 update, and focus purely on narrative content and new quests. That's efficient development that could realistically hit a 2026 window. Here's something most coverage isn't mentioning. The next-gen update from December 2022 completely rebuilt Witcher 3's technical foundation. Ray tracing, improved textures, better performance across current-gen consoles. That wasn't just to make the existing game prettier, that was infrastructure work. Building new DLC on that modernized engine makes way more sense than trying to work with the original 2015 code. Fool's Theory would be developing on a version of Red Engine that's already optimized for PS5, Xbox Series X, and modern PCs. They can focus on content creation instead of fighting technical debt. The console mod support delay actually strengthens the DLC theory. If you're planning to release major new content, you want mod tools that work seamlessly with that content from day one. Rushing mod support in 2025 only to have it break with a DLC launch would create massive community backlash. Coordinating both for 2026 makes strategic sense. Alright, let's be crystal clear about what we actually know versus what is speculation. This is important because I'm not here to mislead you. Confirmed facts. CDPR delayed console mod support to 2026. Fool's Theory is developing The Witcher 1 remake. CDPR has repeatedly mentioned franchise plans beyond Witcher 4. Financial reports show increased legacy title budgets. Witcher 4 is not releasing in 2026. Credible rumors from reliable sources. A story expansion is in development. Fool's Theory is the developer. We're looking at a 2026 release window. The content is substantial, 10 to 15 hours. It's designed to bridge narratively to Witcher 4. Pure speculation. Specific story details about Ciri. Exact locations like Ophir. Precise announcement timing. Whether this connects directly to Witcher 4's plot, price point, and release date. The evidence is strong enough that I'd bet something's coming, but until CDPR makes an official announcement, treat this as a likely possibility, not a confirmed fact. Don't go pre-ordering or planning your 2026 gaming schedule around it yet. So, where does all this leave us? We've got credible insider reports from sources with proven track records, we've got financial data suggesting active development on legacy titles, we've got a trusted partner studio with deep Witcher experience, and we've got CDPR's own statements about franchise plans that don't involve Witcher 4. My honest take? Something's probably happening. The pieces fit together too well, but CDPR learned their lesson from Cyberpunk's marketing disaster. They're not announcing anything until it's ready to show. When this DLC gets revealed, if it gets revealed, expect a short marketing window, maybe 6 months of promotion with actual gameplay footage, then launch. Price-wise, if this is comparable to Blood and Wine in scope, we're probably looking at $20 to $30. Given inflation and 2026 development costs, that's reasonable for 10 to 15 hours of quality content. Hearts of Stone was $10, Blood and Wine was $20. This would likely fall in that range or slightly higher. One thing I want to emphasize, keep your expectations measured. Don't build this up into something it might not be. CDPR will reveal their plans when they're ready, and that's how it should be. I'd rather wait for a polished product than get rushed garbage that damages the franchise. If CDPR makes any official announcements, I'll cover it immediately. Hit subscribe so you don't miss that, and drop a comment. Do you think this DLC is real? What would you want to see in a new Witcher 3 expansion? Let's discuss it.